Hey folks, this is Dale back from Manor Road Studio, and I'm laying in my bed in a hotel room in Scottsdale, Arizona. So obviously I'm not at Manor Road, but that's okay. Chris and I have had a across the country journey. It's been fantastic. We've run into rain, snow, mountains, desert, you name it. We've just about seen it. One of the things I want to talk to you about today is kind of a new beginning, new life, how to start over, how to reinvent yourself. Um, and I think I've told everybody, and I want to reemphasize this. These videos I do are totally unedited. They're raw. Literally, what you see is just me giving you what I know. So before we get too far into it, if you would hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up. Make sure your alert bell is on so that you know when I'm live. My plan is after tomorrow, Tuesday on, I'd like to do a live every day so it can be the beginning of a new life, day one, day two, yada, yada, yada. The reason I'm saying tomorrow is out is simply because we're getting on a flight tomorrow. We're flying back to Nashville. Then we have to drive home to Jackson, so it'll be late when we get in. Now, what has inspired this new beginning? Honestly, Chris and I, we have what we call table talk all the time. We're always looking for ways to motivate ourselves, inspire ourselves, looking at the world around us. How can we see the good? As most of you know on social media right now, we're seeing things through a political prism in America that honestly has divided a lot of people and probably caused some strife in your own life, regardless which side of the fence you're on, left or right. More than likely, to some extent, you're also caught right in the middle, being tugged one way or the other. The reason? Because you have friends and family and coworkers that think different than you. But I'm asking you not to necessarily change how you think, simply open your mind to new ideas. That's the way to have a new beginning in life, is to figure out a way to take what you've got and build from there. Now, I'll admit that over the last few weeks, some people would say I've gone off the deep end. In my opinion, I've finally learned how to live. I've been watching a lot of people on YouTube. One gentleman I watch is called Sadhguru. That's Sadhguru. I'll actually put a link to Sadhguru down there, and I would ask you to watch him. He is a Hindu mystic. No, you don't have to be Hindu to watch him, but there's a so lot of life lessons involved there. And I share that with you to also say that I watched a gentleman named Jay Shetty, and he also was a monastic at one time. He spent 3 years in a Tibetan monastery, and then he went back to what was called living a normal life, if you will. But he took the qualities he learned, and now he uses this platform and other platforms to help people learn how to live peacefully, how not to get caught up in anger and agony, how not to let things pull you one way or the other, simply how to live your life. And also, I hope to take the lessons that I learn and the things that I see and share them with you. Yesterday, Chris and I were in Amarillo, Texas. We stopped at a restaurant, and a wonderful girl named Pamela waited on us. What really struck me about Pamela, she took her order, went back, got her drinks, and came back. And she said, "Can I ask y'all something?" And we're like, "Sure, of course you can." And she said, "If you had a choice, would you like to go back and make changes in your life backwards? Or would you like to go forward and live more in the future?" It didn't take either one of us long to know that we didn't want to go backwards, simply because we're products of our past, but we don't want to be prisoners to it. And even though there are wonderful memories backwards, and there's a lot of things I wish I'd have done differently, but I didn't. But they're also stepping stones of how to live your life forward. So we shared that with Pamela, and it was a really, really great exchange. She was a young girl, and she said, I wish I could change some things in my past life. And not that she was looking for any wisdom or any advice from me. And I said, "Why don't you take your lessons from your past life and use them to make a better future life. Now, there's some things I want to ask you. What about your life would you like to change if you could right now? What belief are you holding on to, not because you believe it, because you feel pressured to live it? It's a pretty powerful question, but it has more impact on your life than you realize. Chris and I have given a lot of thought to that as of late, and we feel like that we're in a position in life that we can live totally 100% authentic. And that's where I want you to get to. It's a great place to be, but it's a hard place to get there. But you can do it. And the way to do it right now is start looking at and writing down what is holding me back. What are the beliefs that I cling to, but yet I'm not sure I believe them? Start asking yourself the tough questions. Then ask yourself, am I getting caught up in someone else's drama? Or am I someone else's drama? You know, I hear people talk all the time about evil and enemies. And I'm like, why do we have to label someone as evil? And your definition of evil might simply be that somebody doesn't believe the way I believe. And if that's the way you think about it, you yourself might be evil to someone else. So to kind of close this day one out, I want to do what I say every day. Let's build a bigger table, pull up more chairs, and invite people that are culturally different than we are, that see the world through a different lens than we do. And let's be open-minded enough to learn from them. It's not our job to pull them to our way of thinking, nor is it their job to pull us to their way of thinking. It's all of our jobs to understand how we can live together in peace and love and make this world a better place to live. So that's a new beginning, day one. Day two will be Tuesday, and hopefully from there on out, we'll share a whole lot of new content, a whole lot of new information. So don't forget that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Share this with anyone you think would benefit from it. And until Tuesday, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. What do you think?